Hi and welcome to Healthy Life Hacks. I'm Jennifer Jefferies, the present day wise woman, a realistic naturopath coming to you from the surfing beaches of Australia. This podcast is for those of you who are wanting to really rock your life and health and live from a place of prevention. Let's get into today's episode. That one changed how I see myself. I needed someone to say that out loud. Thank you. I didn't realize I'd abandoned parts of myself until now. I feel like I'm remembering who I used to be. They are some of the comments from my Healthy Life Hacks podcast. I started it in August 2020 at the start of the pandemic, and I was delivering what I'd spent decades mastering: stress prevention, gut health, adrenal health, sleep rituals, simple nutrition, and practical daily habits. I was a naturopath of decades. I was a professional speaker, traveling the world, teaching, preventing burnout in the workplace. I was a problem solver and a bloody straight shooter. And my work was functional, practical, tactical. I helped people fix what was broken or strained. And as the podcast grew, so did I. The reality is, I outgrew the original version of my own work. Holy shit, that's been huge. And not because stress management didn't matter. Everyone now is a stress management expert. It cracks me up because stress management will always matter. But because my lived experience, my professional evolution, not traveling the world and teaching through the medium of podcasts, the world was demanding more of me. I realized something that took me years to articulate. Women don't just need hacks. They need transformation that helps them move at an identity level. Otherwise, the hacks become band-aids, and band-aids fall off. Women need to reclaim themselves, not just for a better night's sleep, but to understand their power, not just their cortisol curve. And Healthy Life Hacks has been that doorway. It's been my work to move into a deeper room. It's been really interesting to observe as me being in it, that the transition started quietly. I noticed every time that I recorded an episode about boundaries or self-worth or aging or reinvention or leadership or resilience or identity, that the engagement went through the roof. Yes, so many people loved all my episodes on sleep and energy and moods and weight and mindset and stuff. But women weren't just saying, yeah, I love that episode. They were saying things like I said, that one changed how I see myself. I needed someone to say it out loud. I didn't realize I'd been abandoning parts of myself until now. And I feel like I'm remembering who I used to be. They weren't reactions to a hack. They were reactions to truth, to wisdom, to lived experience. And I started to see the pattern that women weren't starving for quick fixes. They were over the band-aids. They were starving for something that could name that bigger picture that they were feeling emotionally, psychologically, and in a cultural weight that they were carrying. The more I leaned into that, the more my work has opened up. And that's when the transition became undeniable. For 30 years, people saw me as Jen the naturopath and the speaker. And I am still those things. But they're no longer the whole story. They're not my whole identity. My work has matured as I've matured. And the audience, you have matured with me. And I've shifted from things like fixing problems to helping women reclaim themselves, teaching hacks to teaching identity, meaning, and legacy. Stress management to whole woman empowerment, optimizing your health to rewriting cultural narratives and how we're meant to show up in this world. Because I realized all those things were influencing our day-to-day health. I became less focused on helping women just feel better and more focused on helping women become freer. Because I realized this truth is that a well-fed, well-slept, well-supplemented woman who hasn't reclaimed her voice is still living half a life. My work needed to expand, and I needed to honor the part of me that had outgrown tips and tricks and stepped into deep, disruptive, necessary conversation. The evolution wasn't accidental. It was gonna happen. It had to happen. And the reality of going from such a big change of traveling the world 9 months a year for more than 20 years as a speaker to being at home, grounded, routine, became such a growth opportunity for me. So the present day wise woman, she didn't appear out of nowhere. She's been coming in for more than a decade. And in fact, I've had the Ascendance of the Feminine. I've had all these other groups over the last 10 years or so. She's been trying to come in, and she's risen from everything I've learned. And she's really come in over the last few years from everything I've learned doing this podcast. How women think, what women fear, what women avoid, what women long for, what women will tolerate, and what women are done tolerating. Episode after episode, I saw the truth clearer. Midlife women are the most underestimated force on this planet. And we're conditioned to keep quiet, shrink, soften, step aside right at the moment that we're actually hitting our prime. We've lived and failed and risen and endured and reinvented and survived more than most people will ever understand. We're the culture keepers. The invisible load carries the glue, and we're exhausted from pretending that we are fine. Stress hacks weren't enough anymore. Women need a movement, a reframe, a reclamation of elderhood, and the wise woman role in the world was being erased. That's what the present day wise woman is. It's the evolution of everything I've ever taught, distilled through age, experience, and unapologetic truth. Oh my God. Hitting my 60s, which was that same year, just went, fucking that's it. I'm in this. Life is too short to hold stuff back. And so Healthy Life Hacks taught the body. Present day wise woman teaches the whole woman. So nowadays, the work's deeper, braver, and bigger. And my work now sits at the intersection of health, identity, leadership, purpose, story, feminine wisdom, reinvention, aging boldly, and the rise of the modern crone. This all brings cultural change. When I stepped on the TEDx stage in Sydney in November last year, that was the final line I needed to cross. I could cry thinking about it. It's no longer just, here's how to stress less. It's here's how to reclaim yourself, your voice, your energy, and take your place in the world. My work evolved because the women I serve evolved. Because you evolved, I evolved. And because I evolved, you evolved. We've been there for each other. The world changed in a way that it will never go back to the way it was. And midlife women are finally ready to be seen, heard, and respected as the powerhouses that they are. The transitions taught me that my voice carries more impact now than it ever did in my 20s and 30s. And I'm not just sharing tips, I'm shaping narratives. I'm not just offering hacks, I'm offering leadership. Healthy Life Hacks built the foundation for me, and the present day wise woman is building the legacy. This podcast has been the perfect container for me to find my voice, to refine my teaching, to show up consistently, connect with a global community, build trust, and prove to myself that my wisdom doesn't run out. It deepens. And now my work is calling me to be even bolder. To the conversations we're not having, the truths women whisper privately but won't say publicly, to the reclaiming of our elderhood, to the rise of the present day wise woman, to the integration of health, mindset, story, and our identity, and to the leadership, legacy, and cultural change. It's our time. My Healthy Life Hacks podcast and the 20 years of teaching around the world has been like an apprenticeship for that next chapter of my work, which is the present day wise woman. And that's my mastery, my legacy. So thank you for being with me through this evolution, and witnessing your growth has helped me navigate mine. And I hope that my growth has helped you navigate yours. Thank you for trusting me as I expand into that next iteration of the work I know I was always meant to do. The transition isn't an ending. It's me stepping fully into the woman that I've become, and I'm inviting you to do the same. I want to thank you for being here today. If you enjoyed my podcast, please let me know by leaving a review on Apple Podcast. Every month, I draw one lucky person who leaves a review, have a free 1-hour consultation with me. Be sure to subscribe to the show wherever you're tuning in from so that you always catch the next episode. I welcome your emails, and you can write to me at podcast@healthylifehacks.com.au. Until next time, remember, when it comes to life, live it, love it, and get on with it.